Okay. Okay, let's start by talking about WIDA. How familiar are you with WIDA?
I have not heard of it.
Okay, I hadn't either until just a few weeks ago. But I found out that it's one of the most important resources for teachers of language learners. It has assessment, standards, research, webinars, and can-do descriptors. And I have printed you out some can-do descriptors for 4th and 5th graders.
Okay.
Since you're 5th grade. But you can see that there are different levels, like entering, emerging, developing, expanding, bridging, and reaching. So it's sort of interesting to just see where your student is and be able to predict what they will move on to. So you can sort of watch them grow from stage to stage. And I mean, it covers everything from listening to speaking to reading and writing. So it's actually a pretty cool resource. So it tells you, it's exactly what it says can do. It tells you what they should be able to do at each level.
Okay.
So I thought that'd be interesting to share. And I honestly don't think that any other teachers here have heard of WIDA. Like, we just not heard of it. I also wanted to talk to you about the lesson plan that you let me modify for you. And of course, there are already lots of modifications in it since you're used to creating lesson plans for this student. And we talked about the vocabulary and that you pre-teach it. So I just said that when possible you could use visuals or add it to your word wall even. And I think another thing was to remember to teach everyday words as vocabulary words, which I'm sure you already do all the time. But just for her, that doesn't have to be anything explicit, just quickly.
And I had thought about doing that with like maybe a picture journal or something that she could keep in her seat, because she has a bilingual dictionary, but she hardly ever uses it. So I didn't know if that would be more.
That is a good idea, and that's another thing is a reflective journal. I suggested her just keep, and she could write whatever she wanted to in there. So that could even be for just everyday words that aren't even the academic language that we think about. So
we may try that with her teacher that comes once we have to work with her.
Okay, so that'd be good. That'd be cool. Another thing that I put on here was
Kindergarten Group 3 to the lunchroom. Kindergarten Group 3.
She had problems with comprehension. Just maybe graphic organizers too, and I'm sure that you all already use those. But to complete with a partner, maybe even after the reading as like an extension to take home. And since we're talking about extensions, I also said that you could. It was point of view. The lesson was about point of view of different passages. And as an extension, she could take home a passage in Spanish just to work on. And then sometimes that's good to give stuff in their native language so that they can transfer the knowledge to English, is the hope. And actually, I was really surprised during this class to find out that the main goal is not to learn English. And that when we push them to just learn English and think that they can't learn anything else until they learn English, then we're just causing them to fall behind or fall further behind. So
Group 3 to the lunchroom. Group 3
that is
to the
true.
lunchroom.
I wish we had more resources for teaching in their language or for converting the text that we have into their language.
Yes.
I do think that would be helpful.
Yeah, because we're limited already in our resources, and then it's almost impossible to match things up and align things, and so we're searching and buying so I think that's about, and I said extended time for her exit slip, and that's already on her plan, so that's it. Any questions or anything?
I don't think so. I think I am going to check about the journal, though, because I do think that's a great idea that you had about that. Kind of using some of those everyday words, because those aren't things that you really think about. And then with 5th grade on-demand writing, her writing is actually a lot stronger than her comprehension, but maybe some of her writing should be carrying over more, and she's not making those connections. So maybe to have it across all content areas would be a lot better.
Sounds good.
Thank you for your advice. Thank you.